Well, hello, friend. Welcome back to another weekly practice growth strategy. I want to talk to you today about what to put in your office policy, basically your, what are you going to include in your office policy? And this is something that we often overlook. And the reason we overlook it is because we don't have a good framework about what we want to put in there and what we want to say. What is an office policy? Well, our hours of operation. Yeah, the hours were open. That's fine. But there's a lot more that goes into setting office policies than that. So let's talk about that really fast. This is a very easy document for you to create. If you don't have one already, you can start and make one today. If you do, hopefully I'll give you a few ideas of things to consider that you may want to add to or reframe inside your office policy. So the first thing I want you to think about is, with it, as it has to do with an office policy, what is your appointment cancellation policy? So do you even have one? If I know lots of practices that have a 3 strikes and you're out. If you cancel 3 times, then we're done. And I know that sounds a little harsh, doesn't it? Like, well, no, we don't want to make them go away. But yeah, listen, if they're canceling or no showing, that's even worse. But if they're canceling or no showing on you, are they really your ideal patient? Probably not. So this is where, as a business owner and a clinician, but you got to put your CEO hat on, and you put that hat on and you go, yeah, well, I don't think that I'm the right person for you, because canceling and no showing is not cool. And I can't do that. I can't help you if you're not here. So I would encourage you to create some kind of a cancellation, no show type policy. The other one is, what if on that no show missed appointments, how many strikes are you going to give them? And is there going to be a fee? Do you charge a fee for a missed appointment? This kind of gets into a gray area a little bit, because it doesn't ever feel right if someone misses an appointment because, they forgot or they had a kid sick at school. There's definitely some leeway that you can have. But what are you going to do? Say, well, there's a $25 charge for the missed appointment, and then you're going to charge them the next time they come in? That doesn't feel right either. So if you do want to tie some kind of a dollar amount to hold an appointment, that I do recommend if you want to do that. Then you can say the appointment, there's a $25 fee to hold a new patient appointment, or $50 or $100, whatever you want to do to hold that new patient appointment. And then that $100 gets applied towards your balance when you come in. So you can do that if you want, especially for those larger chunks of time where you're doing like a wellness assessment on someone. That's going to take a little bit more time, and you definitely don't want someone no showing. So for those appointments, I really encourage practitioners to take a deposit for those, to hold that appointment. Be very clear. There's a 48-hour cancellation, or 72 hours, or 24 hours, whatever you want your policy to be, but that needs to be in there as well. Another thing that I like to make sure we always have inside an office policy is a supplement refund policy, because sometimes they want to refund, they want to bring supplements back. I've had patients, I had this happen. This is true story. I had this happen one time. A lady was out of town. We were carrying, at the time, we had a lot of inventory in our office, and so we'd shipped to her out of town. Well, she decided she didn't want the products, and so she shipped them back to us. And we said we would take them as long as the expiration dates were good, and put that in there. And so she did. She shipped them back to us, and the boxes were intact. They didn't look like they had been opened. And so no problem. We took them back in, put them on the shelf. You can hear where I'm going here. We put them back on the shelf, and then we sold them to somebody else. We refund her. We also, on this note, we also charge them a 20% restocking fee, because it takes time. It takes staff time to restock those items. And in this case, I'm really glad I did, because not only did I give her back 80% of what she paid for it, because I kept the 20% restocking fee, but this lady returned 4 bottles, and in every single one of the bottles, she put the bottle back in the box, and I think she put beans in the bottles, just a little bit of beans to give it weight, and then stuffed it full of paper towels. Kept the box, took the supplements out. No kidding. Put beans and a paper towel back in the bottle, sealed the bottle up, put it back in a perfect box. I didn't ever open the box, because I didn't think the box looked perfect. It didn't look like it had been touched. And she said, I've not opened them, and so they're fine. I'd like to return them. Can you believe it? It's like, who does that? But it happened. So now after that, I'm like, okay, And then we had the embarrassment of the patient calling us back saying, you sold me supplements that have beans and paper towel in them. Oh, so then we have to explain and we figure it out and blah, blah, blah. So that only happened to me one time ever, but make sure that you have a refund policy. Is there a charge? Talk about the expiration date, that kind of thing. And then lastly, I like to put in there just a paragraph that just, instead of giving all the negative, right? Like, these are our rules that you have to play by. All businesses have those, they're disclaimers, they're terms, they're just what you do when you're going to interact with a business. But I do like to have in there something at the very top that just says, we're so excited to have you here. Not just office policies, refund policy, cancellation policy, don't do that. Put something at the top that just says how excited you are about having them part of your practice, being part of your growth. You're excited to see their growth, and together you're going to really, really turn things around for them. So just like make some kind of paragraph up there that's very inclusive, very warm, very inviting, so that they feel like they're part of the family. Make someone want to play by the rules a little bit more when they feel like they're included and they're not getting beat up on or picked on. All right, that's it for today. I hope you have an amazing week. I will talk to you soon. Take care.